Hello, cyberspace. It's me, Angie, and I welcome both you and your ears to an episode of Life, Love, Music, and Space Travel. In case you're wondering who Angie is, I'm Angie, and I'm super stoked to spend some time sharing with y'all some of my experiences and thoughts on living, loving, music, and space travel, or spiritual experiences as I often refer to as space travel. A rather broad spectrum, right? Well, my hope is to always share something that resonates with, intrigues, excites, or perhaps inspires you. On that note, I invite you to sit back, buckle up, and take a little trip out into the cosmos with me. Hello, cyberspace. It's me, Angie, coming to you with episode number 25 of my podcast, Life, Love, Music, and Space Travel. Holy shit. Episode number 25. That's kind of my lucky number. My birthday is on the 25th of July. Number 25. I'm feeling good about this one. It's been a little bit since I have recorded an episode that was not music oriented. My last 4 episodes, I think, have been focused around music, and it's been very cool. Appropriate, considering, once again, music is part of the title of my podcast. But I haven't been to see any music recently, and I'm sort of inspired to talk about something different this week anyway. A couple things I'll just throw out there. First of all, it's been I think it's been 6 months, just a little over 6 months now since my first episode. My episode number 1 I released it maybe February 27th, and we've just recently passed August 27th, so I think that's 6 months, my terrible math skills. I'm not going to think about it too much. And that also puts me around, I've actually been here in North Carolina now for 8 months. I'm officially 8 months into what I have been calling my new life. Holy crap, time has really flown. It does fly when you're having fun. I have been having fun since I've been here. Lots of fun mixed in with all kinds of different emotions. This episode actually is going to be focused around what I'm going to title the name of this episode, Good Grief. It is going to be focused around grief. That has really been what's on my mind. Y'all know how much I love Poddex. Poddex is an app that you can use. Actually, it comes in hard copy format, like a deck of cards, or you can use it as an app. This one just jumped out at me. It's very appropriate. The question is, what am I struggling with this week? It's actually been more than a week. It's been the last few weeks that I've been noticing and probably trying to somehow just avoid acknowledging, but I've been struggling with grief. I've been here 8 months, as I said, and there's a part of me that has been really distracted with I've been really distracted with some wonderful things. Lots of music. I am working. I've been going to the beach. I've been doing lots of stuff. I've had this very busy, full life that has been wonderful. I'm with my parents, spending time with them, getting to spend time with my brother. It's really been great. I've done so many fantastic things in these last 8 months. And there's a part of me, I am human, that doesn't really like feeling all my stuff. Doesn't like feeling all the emotions. And I've sort of, in truth, kind of been on this pink cloud. Leaving Colorado was one of the most challenging things I've done. I've been in North Carolina now for 8 months, came here due to divorce, house sale. I was kind of pushed out of the housing market in Colorado and was welcomed with open arms in my parents' house in North Carolina. I'm incredibly grateful for them. But it's been an incredible life change that I have been going through and have actually been living. The last many years of my life have been pretty challenging. Here I am now, and I've kind of, ever since leaving Colorado, even though it was one of the most challenging things I've done in my 51 years up to this point, getting here was a great relief. I had come out of quite a bit of darkness, and I had sort of been on this pink cloud for some time now. And this last few weeks, it seems I have fallen off of the cloud. I'm sure it could be for I've been telling myself there's all kinds of different reasons, and I'm sure there are. But it's been a struggle that I keep getting a little bit more aware of. Things seem a little bit heavier. The ex and I were actually talking quite a bit once the move took place. We'd been living with each other, even though we had been divorced for quite some time. We were still living with each other, waiting for the house to sell, and it was a very challenging break. When we both got to our new places, we were still communicating with each other. We have 2 dogs together. I do have the dogs, and there was communication that was taking place that was better than it had been in years. Well, over the last few weeks also, maybe the last couple months, that communication has sort of been dwindling on the other person's part. I think I have been reaching out a little bit more, and I'm finding that the communication is not quite as regular as it was, and I think that's where my grief is starting to bubble up a little bit more. I'm going to look up here really quick. Grief, coming from an article called Coping with Grief and Loss, the helpguide.org website. Quote, "What is grief? Grief is a natural response to loss. It's the emotional suffering you feel when something or someone you love is taken away. Often the pain of loss can feel overwhelming. You may experience all kinds of difficult and unexpected emotions, from shock or anger to disbelief, guilt, and profound sadness." Well, a big part of me wants to be past the grief and to be over and on to this new life journey and growing and getting over it, I suppose. And I had kind of felt that way. I had felt this reprieve from what was intense sadness prior to my departure, after the divorce, all of the really heavy stuff that took place. And as mentioned, I was feeling this great relief. Well, now I'm feeling this great release of grief again. The wave is passing over me. I'm acutely aware of it. It's also been cloudy here in the Carolinas. It's been raining a fair amount. I do have an appointment. I have talked about my space travel component on here quite a bit, which is having found a non-mainstream medicine that's really helped me immensely with my depression, my PTSD, trauma stuff. I have embarked on a journey with ketamine infusions, and I have been going about once a month, but it's been about 2 months, so I haven't had my medicine in a little over a month. And I feel like that's kind of kicking in all of this stuff. There's a lot going on in my world right now, and I find it interesting with as much, not to say that I'm so knowledgeable in recovery and growth. Sometimes I will put on the superwoman cape and think, I should have this down and be able to handle everything that life throws my way. Well, I'm not feeling it so much this last few weeks. I'm finding, as you're hearing, I am sad. I looked up the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And if those are true, I feel like I have worked through the denial, the anger, and the bargaining stages related to the big life changes that took place. I am here. I've made it through. I've left. The house is gone. The husband's gone. My name has been changed back to my maiden name. But that depression and acceptance, I seem to be vacillating back and forth between those 2 pieces. And part of me wonders if it'll ever change or go away. I'm really gonna use the Poddex question assistance tonight, because some of the questions are incredibly appropriate. It says, do you think once you love someone, you will always love them? Or do you think love can fade away with time? Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Part of me, the really human part, I think, feels like I wish love would fade away with time. Maybe it would feel better. I don't know. I'm still feeling and struggling with the loss of this person that was very important to me. I know they're out there. I like to think that they're doing well, and I hope they're experiencing their own feelings around our ending. And I don't know. I don't think my love for them will ever go away. And now that we're not talking as much, I think that's really what's spurring on this added feeling of depression around, again, another level of the ending of the relationship and getting to the acceptance piece, which is, it makes me really sad to think of it not being the way I want it to be, or that perhaps this person will not be in my life ever again the way I would like them to be. Yuck. Yeah, yuck. All of the not fun parts of this earthly experience. But I don't want to run away, and I'm actually really grateful for the awareness that grief is a progressive process. It's a process that I get to navigate my way through these feelings, understanding that grief is normal and healthy is what's keeping me from sinking. These feelings have been welling up inside of me, kind of bubbling up like a hot spring, and I am acutely aware, which is good. I do believe. I recently started seeing a therapist also, which has been kind of eye-opening. We're talking about all kinds of things, dreams and what they might mean, and the healing through just healing. I mean, I think therapy is good for anyone, just to have somebody who has an ear and perhaps a detached perspective on my life, which is really nice. I can go in and just kind of lay it all out. Yeah, I appreciate this forum where, I hope that maybe somebody will check out my website and perhaps leave a voice message or send me an email or a text message. The website, I am including it in my show notes. It is Life, Love, Music, and Spacetravel.com. It offers, you can see all my episodes, but I would love to hear other people's experience with grief. I know we're all grieving over something. It's pretty powerful for me to hear the perspective of one of the definitions that I read, which was grief is just a natural response to loss. I have a lot of other things going on. I've mentioned my 2 furry babes who I love dearly. Well, Chipster is 14 at this point. He's been having some issues with he's had some long-standing issues with his kidneys, but he was just not, it didn't seem to me feeling well. And I took him into the vet and they checked and he had some high liver numbers. And so that set into motion my fear around the eventual transitioning of my little buddy. It happens. I've had quite a few dogs who have transitioned, so I'm not new to the experience. And as we know, no one here gets out alive from this earthly deal. I looked up some stuff online and I even read about anticipatory grief. The worrying, the grief that I'm setting into motion long before anything has really happened. So I'm trying to pull myself in and rein myself in from projecting too far into the future and staying to the best of my ability in the present, not dwelling on the past either, dealing with regret of the past or fear of the future, staying present. Right now, everything is pretty darn okay. Even better than that, it's actually pretty darn good. I have a lot of hopeful stuff for my future. I'm toying with the idea of removing myself from the restaurant industry a little bit more and trying to dive a bit deeper into this podcast stuff. My last few episodes have been exciting for me. I did an interview with a spectacular band, Into the Fog. I love them. If you haven't listened to their stuff, they are coined as maybe newgrass, but they're a fantastic group of guys who play everything from, I think, the fiddle, stand-up bass, regular guitar, acoustic guitar, mandolin. Sometimes I think they have a percussionist and they add some stuff in there, but they're fantastic, so go see them. I got to send the episode to them. I've really been doing this cool stuff. Part of me, as I keep sort of repeating, wants to just keep moving forward. I want to be okay with the past stuff, but that's not the way it works. And I'm kind of working through my stuff as I'm talking about it right now. It's like the end, things are just not, they just don't end. Maybe they do for some, but I guess that's just not the way it is for me. I did think that when I got divorced that things would just be over. And that's not the way it was. Holy cow, thank goodness. I that's not what I wanted. I've tried to deal with this change in the healthiest manner possible, and I think I've done a pretty good job of that overall. But once again, I am human, and so I'm doing the best I can. I'm not sure if I'm making a whole lot of sense, but it feels really good to just kind of put out there that, yeah, I'm a human being doing this earthly thing. What is it? A spiritual being living the earthly experience. I'm just another bozo on the bus trying to make it another day in the world today. And as we know, it takes everything we got. Yeah, I love Cheers. That's my ode to Cheers. On another note, kind of moving forward, I am going to bring up, and this also is, I have to say, this is coming from Poddex as well. One of their chapters, I think it might just be topics, podcast topics or something like that, but it says book review, my latest read. And I'm going to go right into my latest read or audible listen. I haven't really been reading a whole lot of stuff, but I definitely listen to quite a few audiobooks, and I happen to presently be listening to Love Warrior by Glennon Doyle. It's spectacular. It's pretty heavy, memoir by Glennon, and she's kind of has gone through some very familiar things. She's gone through divorce, and she's in recovery, and she's, learning to find herself, growing through the mess that anyone who lives this life will have to deal with. We all will have to deal with good things, bad things, indifferent things, all of it. That's part of living. So without going too much into the story, it's definitely an empowering story from a woman's perspective. I am sure that men could find something from it as well, but I highly suggest it to any women who are into that kind of storyline. Like I said, memoir. She doesn't pull any punches or hold back any punches, however you say that. It's been really wonderful. I think it's also on quote, Oprah's book read list. Yeah, Love Warrior by Glennon Doyle. And I have been using all of my tools as often as I can remember them from my favorite guy. As we know, I just happen to love Michael Singer. And I recently finished listening to his book, Living from a Place of Surrender. Fantastic. I have been using the tools, really relaxing and releasing, taking a regular amount of R&R. Relax and release. And I have been finding these books to be incredibly helpful and life-changing. Michael Singer talks a lot about releasing these things that we've stored within us, this bad energy and perhaps good energy, anything that we're storing in, good experiences, bad experiences. And his perspective is letting it all pass through so as to not block any of the new energy. And I think even being able to talk about this, being able to understand that it's okay for me to still be grieving the loss of my dreams and hopes. That doesn't mean that I don't have new hopes and dreams, but grieving the loss of what I thought would be. I want to kind of honor that. And as much as I don't like feeling it, I don't want to run away from it. Yeah, I haven't been feeling it lately. Being able to put it out there to the world, to the universe, to whoever might be listening to me out there, you're not alone if you're feeling any of the stuff that I'm feeling. And loss comes in many forms. So don't minimize what you're going through. That's my gentle suggestion. I don't like to tell anybody what to do by any means because most of the time I don't know what to do. But don't minimize. Today I went and got my hair cut. I have this pretty wild, curly, quite often frizzy hair that has been growing for years because my dear uncle, who always took care of my hair for as long as I can remember, he had a salon and he's just been in the hair industry for years and years and years. And he transitioned to the next great adventure, the great beyond, a little over a year ago. And so my hair has just been growing because he's not here to take care of it for me. I miss you, Uncle Jock. I really do. For many reasons, not just because you really know how to take care of my hair. But it's been a while. So today I went to the salon and I cut it all off. If anyone could see the picture of the before and after, oh my goodness, it was like this wild rat's nest. And now it's this short, very manageable, little kind of curly hair set. I'm actually going to go in for a keratin treatment in a couple weeks. Think of that, keratin and ketamine, two things that will probably be very helpful for me. But I'm going to go in and get it a little bit relaxed, take a little bit of the curl away. But anyway, I'm feeling some loss over that. I definitely feel lighter for sure. It's much more manageable, but it's my hair. And so I just say that because there's a sense of loss that comes around with that. It's change. I'm in a new place. So grief coming in many, many forms. I'm definitely grateful to understand that, as cliche as it might sound, I think it's very true. This too shall pass. The good stuff passes too. The good stuff, the bad stuff. So this feeling that I have right now, the only way out is through, I've heard it said. I want to stay open to grieving. The feelings are coming up for some reason. I don't want to shove them down anymore and wish them away. I would like to let them come up, move on, and allow myself to feel some new feelings. Yeah, that's kind of it. I feel like I have jabbered on for a little bit. I do believe this will resonate with many people out there. I'm trying to get back into the swing of a topical episode versus just sort of the review episode, but I really have enjoyed kind of doing the review stuff. That being said, the topical stuff I also really enjoy it. There's a lot of stuff going on in life, and I know I'm not the only one dealing with these kind of feelings. Please, anyone out there, check out my website and sign up. It's just growing, so I'd love to eventually do some giveaway stuff maybe. And as the podcast grows, we'll figure out some stuff that will make it exciting. So sign up, leave me a review. What is it? Rate, review, and, let me know what you think about it. Other than that, I will say I do have some musical adventures coming up. I believe at the end of the month. Holy schmoly, it's actually September. Hard to believe. Summer is almost over. It's been so fucking hot here in North Carolina. I have to admit, I'm pretty excited about the summer being over and some cool weather coming around. But at the end of the summer, I am going to see Humphreys McGee, and I am definitely stoked about that. I did also get tickets for Big Something. Both bands are playing at the Greenfield Lake Amphitheater. For anyone who has not been, if you are a music fan and you're local or anywhere near Wilmington, North Carolina, get there to see something. It's just a great intimate venue. It feels pretty special. I wouldn't venture too far near the lake in the dark because there are alligators, I think. But otherwise, it's nice. It's outside. You can see the moon and the stars, and the setting is really fantastic. So I definitely look forward to getting a few more musical interviews under my belt, possibly. Maybe I can chat with somebody there. But at the very least, I'll let you know how the shows go. I know they have a lot of fans out there. Big Something is actually playing 2 nights, and I may try and I have tickets for Friday night. I may try and get tickets for Saturday night. That is Halloween weekend, but we'll see. So that's just something I'm putting out there that I'm looking forward to, and who knows what kind of music will pop in the meantime. It's Labor Day coming up. Hopefully we get some people out there barbecuing and you get to relax and spend some time with your loved ones. If you happen to be alone, I hope you enjoy your alone time. Take advantage of spending some time with yourself. And if you're not super hip to spending some time with yourself, well, do whatever it takes to learn to love spending time with yourself. It's the best thing. I'm the best friend I have. It's nice to be able to be alone and to be okay with me. And it hasn't always been that way. There was a time when I could not stand to look at myself in the mirror. The work of getting to become friends with yourself is well worth every second. I do also have tickets to go to Podfest. Podfest is in January 2023. Good golly. Miss Molly. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. 2023. I mean, we're like in the future. In the future. Yeah, I am excited about that though. Podfest 2023, Podfest 2022 is spectacular. I did an episode on that of my experience. So anyone who's thinking of possibly going to Podfest, check out my episode and it'll kind of give you a little bit of an insight on what it was like. It was great for anyone who's thinking of starting a podcast, has a podcast, needs some fellowship in regards to the podcast world. It's a great place to go, great place to immerse yourself in for experience to immerse yourself in for a few days. And it is in Orlando, Florida. I am hopefully, this is future, but kind of looking forward to the idea of possibly getting to Jazz Fest again in 2023. I mean, there's so much that's coming up. It's like time really is just marching on. I will say quickly that this podcast is proudly sponsored by Shy Girls Shop. Yeah, that's me. I'm Shy Girl. And my eBay store is called Shy Girls Shop. It is slowly getting back up and running, but I am proudly sponsoring myself. There's not a whole lot of things that I have listed, but I love eBay. I really do. I love eBay. It's treated me very well. I've sold a lot of stuff, and I'm very excited about continuing to build my inventory. Check it out, Shy Girl Shop, and see what I have. I've got like 20 things listed right now. At one point, I had 500 things listed, I think. I think that's kind of it. I feel much better. I feel lighter, not only in the hair department because it's been chopped off, but my soul feels a little bit lighter now. I thank you for listening, spending your time with me. My gratitude is really, it runs very deep. I'm super excited about this, and I really do hope to hear from some of you. You can email me directly if you'd like at ashysbadass, ASHY is badass @gmail.com. Or, as mentioned, please feel free to find me on my website. And I'll again just give you the website is www.lifelovemusicandspacetravel.com. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening, everybody. I really look forward to our next episode. For now, goodbye and good night. Bye. So we've reached the end of today's episode. Thanks so very much for listening. It's now time to reconnect to planet Earth and all that comes with living on the blue ball. I'd love to hear your ideas for future episode topics, along with any and all positive and or constructive feedback. Please feel free to contact me at ashysbadass@gmail.com. Thanks again for spending some time with me and allowing me to share myself with you. Until next time, please be gentle with yourselves, be kind to animals, and do all you can to allow your authentic selves to shine brightly.